What is going on, everybody? I go by Philly Mike, and this is GOAT Talk. We are back. It's been a little while, but it was the dead part of this all season. But we got less than 10 days until training camp starts. And, sir, there's some good storylines going around about the Philadelphia Eagles and some of the young guys and some of the old guys as well. As certain execs and lists are being ranked, this, that, and the third. But LB, I see you got the captain hat on. How you doing
Yes,
today?
sir. I'm feeling good, man. I'm feeling good. As you mentioned, we're getting closer and closer to camp. We got some storylines, a few things to talk about, but this is that dead part in the off season. But the good content creators flourish. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk about everything that's surrounding the Philadelphia Eagles. So yeah, let's get right into it.
Yes, and we will invite some of y'all to come in and talk it uh on a call-in show, probably like 20 minutes into the show. We'll get to that. As always, we'll drop the link in the comment section. We'll both pin it if we can, and then just come in and talk y'all talk. But
Mhm.
um LB, so there's to me a lot of questions, but I think they're good questions that we have to ask for this training camp, and it comes around the youth of this team. I think there's a lot of positions solidified. That's what Howie Roseman worked on this offseason, bringing back the guys that we know made a difference in 2022, the Kelseys, the BGs, the Bradburys, the Slays. He brought them guys back, and he was okay to let some of the other guys go who did have good years, right? TJ Edwards, Kaiser White, Marcus Epps, Javon Hargrave. They had good years, but that's not to say that they were going to be able to continue to play at that high level. The guys we brought back been playing at a high level, and I think the replacements he brought in, the youth, has a chance to play as good, if not better than them. At least once they start getting their, NFL mindset around their belt. How do you feel about just the youth coming in to take a major role in this team?
I feel good about it, man. I mean, whether it's draft picks or whether it's somebody like Olamide Zakais who's going to battle for that wide receiver three position, I feel really good, man. We brought in capable talent. We brought in guys with a championship pedigree. You know what I mean? In terms of the rookies that we brought in from Georgia, we brought in guys with chips on their shoulders. Olamide, chip on his shoulder. Nolan Smith possibly got a chip on his shoulder. Jalen Carter, he slipped down. And as far as some of the guys that we lost, I think Howie Roseman did a good job at prioritizing what was important to the long-term success of the team. Like, I didn't think we were going to be able to have the same effect on the defensive side of the ball in terms of turnovers with losing, Gardner Johnson. But then when I sat down and really evaluated, what's more important, potentially losing Slay and Bradbury and keeping Gardner Johnson, or keeping your outside locked down and hoping that you can, get one of these rookies to fast track from the safety position and produce. So I think Howie Roseman did a phenomenal job. You lost Hargrave, you bring in the best, probably the most talented person in the draft to
Mm-hmm.
replace him. So, I think that, Howie Roseman deserves some kudos for making sure that we keep this Super Bowl window open for a couple more years with the young talent that he brought in.
Yeah, and that was my main take throughout this whole offseason as well. The simple fact that, TJ Edwards and these guys did have a good season, but prior to, like, when we were in the 2022 offseason, right? Like, rewind back to June 16th, 2022, we were talking about questions, right? We believed
Mhm.
in Marcus Epps, but did we really know who he was? Because prior to that, like, the way Blankenship has played for us in 2022 was exactly how Marcus Epps played for us. Think about it. Marcus Epps in 2022 wasn't a starter. It was Anthony Harris and who else?
Damn, I'm trying to think.
Anyways, he wasn't a starter. I can't even think
I think
myself.
it was it Roddy McLeod?
Yeah, yeah. Come on. How did I not know that? He
Yeah.
went to the Colts. But anyways, Ronnie McLeod, Anthony Harris, Marcus Epps was that third guy that played a little bit. If somebody got banged up, he came in. And then Marcus Epps had to step up and be the starting guy. We had
Right.
questions, but it was answered right. Right. TJ Edwards was coming off a better season, but he was a question mark. And
Mhm.
both them questions are good. And now I feel like the Kobe Dean question is going to turn out to be the same way. I feel like the guys that we have in the safety room, Blankenship, who kind of played that Marcus Epps role in 2022 to go to 2023, you bring in a safety out of the draft. I think the second best safety out there in this year's draft, and then you get a guy who's being very, very um underrated. He's 26 years old. People act like Terrell Edmonds is like dang near 30 and he couldn't find a home. No, he started every single year. The rookie contract was up and they let him go. But he's only a
Same thing with Hargrave over there.
26 years old. And so, the Steelers let Hargrave go. We got a gem there for a couple years. And now I think we're going to have a gem in Terrell Edmonds. So, like you said, man, Howie Roseman, see the narrative out there. And the reason I'm saying it like this before we get into some breakdowns is because I watched this TikTok today of somebody really saying that the Eagles got much worse this offseason because they can't count on their young guys to fill this, that, and the third. And he was saying the Marcus Epps, the TJ Edwards, like how big of a loss they are going to be. And I'm like, wait, in the offseason of 2022, they were all question marks. Now they answered the question, but I think we have the same questions with good endings coming to 2023 season.
Well, yeah, I agree. What you're seeing this offseason is a lot of excuses for success. Everybody's trying to figure out how we did what we did. So they're making up a bunch of excuses. You know what I mean? They're saying that we're not going to be able to replace this guy or that guy. Well, TJ Edwards was a project, man, a project that ended up developing and found his way to a payday in Chicago. Nakobe Dean is the Buckus Award winner. You know what I mean? I don't understand how people can't compute why Nakobe Dean didn't start over TJ Edwards and Kaiser White. That's a money situation. And plus, you had the rare opportunity of letting Nakobe Dean watch the game slow down in front of him. Now, when you see Nakobe Dean play, you saw what was there. You know what I mean? You saw that guy is a guy that can play inside linebacker. So, a lot of people not giving us credit. I'd much rather have Reed Blankenship and Edmonds over Rodney McLeod and Anthony Harris. Those dudes were both in their 30s.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? So the replacing now, the one that's going to sting the most probably will be Hargrave. But you're rotating 2 first-round picks from Georgia, Jordan Davis and Jalen Carter there. So how did we get any worse? I don't get it. And this is the craziest narrative though, Mike. The craziest one is this. We lost our coordinators, so it's over for us. We all can agree that Jonathan Brett, you can't get no worse than that. No. You know what I mean? Anybody could have coached the talent that Jonathan Gannon was coaching. It was chock full of talent. Like this is the most talented roster that Sean Desai is going to have to play with. You know what I mean? So I definitely expect the same result, but I expect better situational football. So in a lot of ways, I think the Eagles got better.
Oh, yeah. I co-sign us getting better. And that's why I kind of started this stream like that because, mid-season, before the season, they were saying, like, who is TJ? Who is Marcus Epps? The reason you got Kaiser White is because, he on a 1-year deal because nobody else wants him. But now they're trying to make it out to be such a tremendous loss. And again, Howie Roseman crossed his T's, dotted his I's for sure. I totally agree. And I will say, maybe losing the OC might play a little part in something. But I like the way the Eagles attacked on offense, right? It wasn't just what's his name? New head coach. Steichen. Like Steichen called the plays, but Nick Sirianni still had input on a lot of stuff offensively, and so did Brian Johnson. So it wasn't like it was a one-man job that he just left, and now we got to, figure out it all over again. No, Jalen Hurts was utilized a lot. That was probably off Brian Johnson's recommendation, right? Like,
yep.
Brian Johnson was in there in the room when they installed the game plan. Brian Johnson had input, and so did Nick Sirianni. And so I fully believe that we're going to continue most of the stuff we did last year. Again, it's just situational. When Steichen called this on third down, maybe we call something else. And I do think that, throughout the season, our offense was great. I have no problems with it. But there were some things situationally that I'm like, I don't like to see this here, right? And so maybe, that gets better because I do think we did Jalen Hurts a disservice sometimes, running him down at the goal line when we had other things we could do. And I do, and going for it on fourth down is Nick Sirianni's call, so that ain't going to change. You know what I mean? I do not like the narrative that you just said as well. People are just trying to find anything to pick at the Philadelphia Eagles. And of course, we represented the NFC. We are the hunted, I guess, but they're going to have to try harder than that for sure.
Facts, facts, facts. Shout out my guy flipping the bird 85 with the $5 banger. He said, I'm outside grilling and hanging with two Philly goats. We running it back, y'all. Mark my words. Bengals, Eagles, Super Bowl or bust. I feel you, bro. I feel you.
I would like
You know what
that.
I
I
mean?
mean, as much as I want to
Right.
get some revenge on KC, I mean, I ain't mad if it's the Bengals. You know what I mean? The Bengals
You know what I mean? Listen, we all listen at this point, man. We chasing it. We just chasing the second one at this point. You know what I mean? The window is open,
wide open.
but wide open. Just to tap in a little bit with what you were talking about with Shane Steichen. Brian Johnson. Now, I think Brian Johnson is already showing us that the offense is going to be a little different by some of the personnel moves that we made. You know what I mean? This offseason. Like I talk
Swift.
about right, Swift and Olamide. Those are two guys who are outlet pass catchers. You know what I mean? Swift streaking out the backfield or Swift in the flat. Olamide's Aquise on a quick hitch. Those give Jalen Hurts a much needed dimension to get the ball out of his hands when there's nothing available on the outside. I've seen way too many times free rushers running after Jalen Hurts. He didn't have an outlet. He got to improvise and make something happen. So you know what I mean? That's one of the poor things that I saw with the offense in situational areas as well. But I like Brian Johnson, man. You know what I mean? You talk about a guy that's been around Jalen Hurts since he was 5 years old. You know what I'm saying? A guy who was in the building last year as the QB coach, so he knows the terminology. You know, the turnover should be very, very smooth with that one. You know what I mean? So I'm not worried about nothing. Like a lot of excuses for success. You know what I mean? A lot of it.
Yeah, I totally agree. As you said, JG can't get worse. I'll give Shane Steichen his flowers, but I do believe that Brian Johnson had an impact on Jalen Hurts' MVP type season. I do believe that, we already see the makings of a more dynamic offense by just adding something we didn't see last year. 3.4% checkdowns for Jalen Hurts, lowest in the NFL. That
Wow.
changes.
See?
That changes big time. Real quick, shout out to Dontello Dragon with the $5 super chat. He said, which players' throwback jerseys are y'all going to cop when they decide to release them? I think he's talking about the Kelly Green. He said, oh, yeah, throwback. Thinking Smitty, Fly Eagles Fly. Love y'all boys. Hey, appreciate you, Dontello.
Appreciate you, bro.
What's your first Kelly Green jersey you're going to get when it come out?
Brandon Graham, most likely.
That's your dog, right? You always go
That's
back
my
to
dog, bro. That's my dog, BG, bro. He's low-key probably my favorite Eagle. Like, he's one of my favorite Eagles of all time. But you gotta think, man, he's like I grew up with the dude, basically. He's been there like 11 years.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean? BG, man, that's my guy. So probably gonna grab that BG.
Yeah, I ain't mad at that. A Smitty sounds fire too.
It does.
But I might have to just go Jalen. Like that number one is gonna be so clean. And Kelly
Facts.
Green.
I just got
you know
like the only reason why I didn't say Jalen because I just got a fresh Jalen, but it's a midnight green.
Yeah.
So it ain't the Kelly Green, but I'm gonna bless BG with the Kelly that I'm gonna
There you
circle.
go.
I'm gonna get like 4 Kellys this year, though. Make no mistake.
Yeah, why not? Let make it rain. There's so many guys, and look, you can get the guys like the BGs and the Fletch who might be done in a year or two, right? I think BG has another year. Like I think BG wanted to sign a 2-year deal, but ended up signing a 1, so we can just let it marinate out. But man, there's so much like between the old dogs and the new dogs on this team. It's a tough decision when going to buy a Kelly Green jersey because that AJ will look clean. You know what I mean?
Right. And you got to think about you got to think about the guys that helped us win the Super Bowl will always have like a spot in my heart. You know what I mean? Like I'll get a Kelly Green Jay Ajayi. I'll get a Kelly Green LeGarrette Blunt. You know what I'm saying? Like those are iconic players. You know what I mean? Those guys are etched in the history books. So, you know, it's a lot of right answers in terms of, what jersey to get for the Philadelphia Eagles when this Kelly Green stuff drop. I personally can't wait.
Yeah. They about to get Lori's about to fill his pockets up for sure. So if I had to ask you, who are you most excited to learn about in camp? Right now, like when we talk about learning about, we're not going to say a Devontae Smith or AJ Brown.
Right.
We know who they are. But who are you most excited to learn about, or just see the story start from this rookie class? Or you could even go back to a 2022 draftee, because like I said, Davis and Dean didn't play as much as we wanted them to because of how things worked out, whether injuries or having guys who are getting paid play good at that position. As N'Kobe Dean said, I've been ready, but when we're winning, why am I going to try to, mess up the winning? They were winning, so I was
Mhm.
only here to do my role. But he said he's ready. He's been ready. With that being said, 2022 draft class, 2023 draft class, who are you
Hands down.
most ready to learn about?
Hands down, N'Kobe Dean. Hands down, N'Kobe Dean. The Buckus Award winner was a household name at the collegiate level. Was the captain of that just destructive Georgia defense. You know what I mean? 2 national championships. I'm ready to learn about N'Kobe Dean, the player. You know what I mean? Because I've come out and made some real statements about N'Kobe Dean
You did.
that he's going to be better than a lot of people. I need to see N'Kobe Dean on the field. I still stand by my statements. You know what I mean? I think if N'Kobe Dean is a starter this whole season, N'Kobe Dean is a top 5 inside linebacker. You know what I mean? I need to learn about N'Kobe Dean. I want N'Kobe Dean to shut these haters up. You know what I mean? Because there's a shortage in dominant young linebackers in the league right now, in my opinion, like household names. N'Kobe Dean, when I first looked at N'Kobe Dean, I know this might sound crazy. I saw Ray Lewis, bro. Just everywhere you're supposed to be, knowing where you're supposed to be. I saw a young Ray Lewis in the making, bro. I ain't walking nothing back. N'Kobe Dean gonna have to show me he trash. I need to see about N'Kobe Dean. If there's one person I'm certain about, it's N'Kobe Dean. I think you froze. Look at him, he froze.
We back?
You froze. Yeah, you froze. I think I was talking. I was talking heavy. Yeah, Mike froze. I'm waiting for him to get his stuff together. Like I said, I need to hear about N'Kobe Dean. That's what I want to hear about. You know what I mean? I think N'Kobe Dean is going to be special. I think he's going to be one of those ones. And that's what it boiled down to me. N'Kobe Dean. You know what I mean? Now I'm pretty sure now, if I had to guess Mike answer while we waiting for Mike to come back, you know what I mean? If I had to, so did you get my N'Kobe Dean answer?
Yeah, I got it. I got it. I don't know what's going on over here.
It be like that sometime. But
It'd be
yeah,
like that at the
it's
worst of times. But
right. It's N'Kobe for me.
yeah, for sure. And that's why I added the 2022 because I knew you were going to pick the Kobe because of all the bold statements you took on him and stuff. And
Right.
as much as I want to say Nolan Smith because I think it's my favorite draftee of the 2023 draft class, I've been a Nolan Smith guy for a long time, even before we drafted him. And he's probably my favorite guy in this draft class. But who I need to learn about more, I
I know
think,
what
is
you're gonna
Jalen
say.
Carter for the simple
Oh yeah.
fact that he's going to be, a guy that is coming in to replace Hargrave. I think he's going to get a lot of playing time, and rightfully so. And so I got to learn more about him as the player on the field, alongside of his counterpart Jordan Davis, a Fletcher Cox, a Milton Williams. I love Nolan Smith, but I got to learn more about Jalen Carter. I think he's an absolute dog too, and I just can't wait to see the utilization of these guys for sure. But I gotta learn more about Jalen Carter. Not saying I'm more worried about him. I just think that his
Mm-hmm.
role, he has to be an impact right away. Where so does Nolan, because no one's gonna get PT. He's gonna get snaps. He's gonna be asked to rush the passer. And I hope when we're not using him as a pass rusher, we are utilizing him in any other way that we see fit. If he's legit at off-ball linebacker, well, then that kills 2 birds, 1 stone. You keep your first-round draft pick on the field, and you answer a question that we have at the linebacker spot. Besides N'Kobe Dean, is it Christian Ellis? Is it Davion Taylor? Is it Nicholas Morrow? If you get the best of both worlds from Nolan Smith, which I think he could do, that'd be perfect. Shane L with the $5 super chat. Be cool to see the baby and yellow again. Oh, the baby in yellow again. I think he said the black,
He talking. I
the
think he talking
blue and
about that.
yellow.
Yeah, that blue and yellow.
At
It's like
least
a baby
once.
blue and yellow.
Yeah,
The Frankfurt yellow jackets uniform.
yeah. The last time I seen that, I remember Kevin Curtis was playing for us still. What wasn't it?
Right. Yeah, it was Kevin
You
Curtis. I
like
think
them?
D-Jax was in that game too. No,
You
them
like
joints
them?
trash. No, they trash. They
Yeah,
trash respectfully.
I can't.
That's
I
one of the
can't.
worst ones.
Yeah, I can't do it. I couldn't do it. You know what I mean? I couldn't do it.
That's
Uh,
one of the worst ones.
some black ninja said, "What do you think about the phrase the Jalen jump, going off on his incredible jump from year to year. We need to start this. Your thoughts? That's what it should be called, right? To have somebody
Right.
go from, a lot of NFL analysts saying, between 17 and 22 last year to now everybody kind of agreeing he's in the top 5. That is a jump and a half, and it should be called the Jalen jump. I like that. I like that. We got to start talking about that. We got to see if guys like Fields can take the Jalen jump. We need to see about even Daniel Jones needs another jump. Like, there's a lot of quarterbacks that need that Jalen jump, but I don't know if they can do it because it's not easy. It's not an easy thing to do.
It's not easy. I mean, the only person, the last person that I seen that made a jump like that, if you want me to be honest, was probably Dan Marino, bro. Like, Dan Marino is the only quarterback that I seen make a jump like that from year 1 to year 2. Like, Dan Marino threw for 20 touchdowns year 1, 48 year 2.
Shoot.
You know what I mean? And this was in 1984, bro. 48 touchdown passes and 5,000 passing yards. Like, I just like, nope. Justin Fields ain't gonna be able to make that jump from the pocket throwing the ball.
Yeah,
I don't see it, but I wish he
was sketchy. Like you've seen Jalen Hurts. Like, Jalen Hurts made some mistakes, but you've seen it was there. Like, Fields,
right, with Jalen Hurts, you always seen that it was a timing issue with Jalen Hurts. It was a mechanic issue. You know what I mean? And like, with timing and mechanics, you got to be able to work on that. And then this guy got this type of work ethic. We already knew what it was going to be. But yeah, the Jalen jump definitely should be coined by the Philadelphia Eagles.
Coined that. Shout out to some Black Ninja with that take. Drew Johnson with the $5 super chat. Yo, fellas, looking forward to this team removing all the doubt. And again, see, the ops, the NFL analysts have the doubt. We don't have the doubt, but we do have the questions. But I think, as you said, instead of for the other fans that are not Eagle fans, we're gonna remove their doubt. They're gonna be very upset about it too. But to me, we're just gonna answer the questions we have, and I think the questions are gonna be answered with good answers for sure. Last super chat, Shane L with a $5 banger. He said, LB, hopefully I see y'all at the Eagles versus Dolphins Sunday night football game. Excited. Finally, Jalen versus Tua. That's Sunday night.
Yeah, that's a big one. Yeah, that's Sunday night. Yep, that's a big one.
Oh, that's a big one. Alabama.
We should go. We should go, Mike.
It's in Philly.
Is it in Philly? I gotta look again.
We gotta look.
I think it might be in Miami.
So what we're gonna do now, because we're about 22 minutes in, we're gonna drop the link in the comment section, and we're gonna let y'all call in and come in and talk. Shane said it's in Philly, so that one we might have to get that one. We might have to do that one.
Put that link on Twitter too.
All right, throw the link on Twitter. The link is there. If you can go to your phone, LB, and pin it.
Put it on Twitter right now
to the top of your thing.
It'd be a lot of talking over there. You know what I mean? A lot of talking happen on Twitter, but it's not a lot of fact proving. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So click the link, come in, and let's talk a little bit for sure. Okay, let me do that. Let me pin it.
Damn, man, let me copy it.
Come on, why not let me pin it? I pinned.
I see it.
Hit that like button wherever you're watching it. The like button is free. It's easy. It don't cost a thing, and it's greatly appreciated wherever you're watching.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And I pinned it on mine. I'll drop it on Twitter if they want to come in.
Live Q&A. There you go, right here.
Live. Let me just do that. Hold on 1 second. We play Miami week 7. Never mind. Yeah, but it's in Philly. That would be a good game. A Tua versus Jalen Hurts.
No, that's a good one.
I like it. Call in show. Come through. Hashtag Eagles. It's on Twitter as well if you want to retweet it, LB. Texan Eagle, first one in the building. What's going on, Texan Eagle?
Yo, can you hear me? Hello?
Yeah, we hear you good. What's up with you, bro?
Man, what's up with it? I just have to, what I'm saying, check in with y'all boys. I've been following y'all for a while, both of you, you know what I'm saying?
Appreciate it.
Appreciate you, man.
But
Appreciate you.
for sure. Man, I had to come in here. I'm tired of these haters talking about, oh, well, Jalen can't throw over 4,000 yards. Like, bro, we a run first team. My boy sat out a few games because he was up so much, and he got injured. Like, come on, bro. Are people just ignorant at this point?
Yeah,
Yeah, I
he
mean,
was definitely gonna break it.
yeah, he was easily going to have 4,000 passing yards. You know what I mean? What he was 300 yards away, missed 2 games. I mean, that's that, but that's not really
That's my
never the goal
point.
for us. Yeah, you know what I mean? That's
Thank
not
you. That's
really
what I'm telling them. Like, we don't give a fuck about yards, but we want to win. Excuse my language.
right. That's
But
not
yeah, they're
really
like, we
no,
want
you
to
straight.
win, bro.
That's not
We don't care.
yeah, that's not really the goal for us though, because look where we still ended up at. You know what I mean? It is what it is. But this year for sure, I can see that happening. Like
Hmm.
I'm damn near guaranteeing this year they throwing for 4,000.
So Shade, so Texas Eagle, um, who you most excited to see in training camp this upcoming camp?
I gotta agree with you on Dean. I mean, on Dean, but I also want to see Davis. I really feel like everybody thinking he's not as good, and he really is that dude. But like, he was the fourth option stopping the run, and people want to be like, oh, well, he can't get sacks. We don't need him for that. We got plenty of edge rushers, plenty of pass rushers. I don't care about that. I just want him to stop that run for us.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
and
was
you know
our
he was pretty effective before he got hurt at doing so.
yeah. And as much as
That's what
I
I'm
hate going
saying. He
back
was
to
the fourth option. Now you can let him actually. My bad. Go ahead.
no, you're right. Stopping the run is big because I think some of the games that got away from us that we couldn't really handle, and including the Super Bowl, man, you get a couple runs, you get a couple of them runs stopped, and it's a whole different ball game.
Yeah, and also I think we need to get somebody for special teams. Like we need a returner. I'm not gonna hold you.
Yeah.
I hear you. I hear you. I mean,
Yeah.
it's gonna be rough seeing
But,
Britton Covey out there. I do like Boston Scott doing it a little bit. I would try to get Quez Watkins out there to get his
hmm
confidence back, but it's gonna be interesting to see what they
Right.
do preseason training camp. Uh, I agree with you though. We could spice up special teams. Hey, Texan Eagle, we appreciate you for coming on, bro.
For sure, for sure. Y'all keep going up, keep doing y'all thing. Hopefully I can get a mod. But yeah, y'all keep doing y'all thing, man. One
All
love.
right,
You
we
already
got
know,
you.
bro.
We got
Got
you.
you.
All right, shout out to him. We got King Cooper in the building. What's going on, King Cooper?
Yo, y'all hear me?
Yes,
What's up
sir.
with it?
What's up, fellas?
How you chill? How you living? What's up, man?
I'm good, man. I'm on a little vacay out AC, man, with the family. Um,
Okay,
tuning
okay, that's what's
into,
up.
tuning into this good Eagles talk right now, man. But I'm just excited, man. I'm just excited, and I tell you why. Because to be that close, what lost the Super Bowl about three. To be that close
Hmm.
and have a quarterback that people were constantly questioning and doubting, and the thing about that, like to me, Jalen Hurts definitely top five, top three, and the reason is because like the doubt and to see his like transition through the years since he became an Eagle and to take that starting job over and then to continue to push us forward and even making the playoffs. Like I understand, like yeah, we ran into the GOAT Brady, his first year of actually making it to the playoffs, but that boy's something different, man. To me, I kind of like combine him like a Kobe and a Michael Jordan of like football right now because you don't know what that man gonna do. He
No,
arrived.
yeah, I agree, man. I agree. To me, for me, is the willingness to always feel like you in the game. Think about the Washington game that we lost. He was in it. It was a bad game overall for the offense. It was a bad game. But when it was time to put when the lights got bright, when it was like you still got a chance, but it's 5 minutes left, he was throwing dots. You know what I mean? Dots down the stretch of that game. But Quez ended up fumbling and Goddard ended up fumbling. But you know what I mean? You know how that went.
And then look at that, like, come on, man. Like everybody know, like that game, even though the Eagles started off the way they did and Washington did and went up the way they did, we was in that game, bro. And it's like exactly like you said, like that without that fumble, um, not even without that fumble. Before we get to that egregious, not no call that they didn't get on Goddard, like, like. If I'm seeing the same thing y'all seeing, if I was a referee, I'm calling that every day, every day. When you see that right in front of you, the man get pulled down, get his shoulder hurt, and get a fumble. But y'all didn't see the face mask. Like, no, bro. Like, so that game right there was like, okay, y'all can have that because y'all want us to lose so bad because we on the road. Like that team I seen last year reminded me, but it's a little bit more better than the 2017 team because you've seen throughout that season, like, damn, we going into or they say we going against the best defense was in the Denver Broncos, but we smoked them. And it just kept on going and going. Look how we did the Cardinals that year, 2017. So I'm like, this year, this year of us playing the Cardinals, Jalen Hurts, I'm like, oh, we gonna smoke them because he was a touchdown away when the first time he played them from smoking them. That crazy screen pass to Quez Watkins, like what? That joint was something crazy we ain't seen in a minute. And it was electrifying to seeing it. Like that's the thing about this Eagles team going forward with Jalen Hurts. It's electrifying now. Like you gotta look at us when you're on your schedule. Ain't no it's the Eagles. We gonna push over and that's that. No, you gotta respect us, bro. Because we got a quarterback that's gonna do dirty two ways. He gonna do it through the air or he gonna do it on his feet. And then look at the weapons.
That's what I'm saying.
So
that's how we built, man. That's how we built. Like a lot of these other fan bases don't understand that. Like we want our respect when we step on the field every Sunday, every Monday, every Thursday. We want our respect, and now that respect is back in its proper perspective. See, when we get respected, it result in championship games.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So that's why we like to be respected in Philly, man. But you know what I mean? I feel everything you said, man.
Yeah, real quick before we get you out of here, King, give me a record prediction. Early
I kind of like similar to last year, and to be quite honest with you, I might give us one more win, but I like the similar record to last year. And also,
13?
Yeah, 13 to 14, because them teams of like the Bills, they think we stacked up against them, but in the past, people don't remember, bro. We really have a problem with the Bills, and they had Josh Allen from what I believe. I mean, so he he got the Stephon Diggs, we familiar with him. And whoever else got, like, they saying that we got to play that's old as the tough team. Bro, we familiar with them. Just like they familiar with us. But the thing about it is, that Kansas City game that people like, oh, no, yeah, we coming for them. Because we gonna let them know in the regular season that we're not playing, and then we so happen to meet y'all in the Super Bowl. Oh, yeah, we going to get that lick back.
I like it.
And y'all asked me this question too, but who I think a standout I'm looking forward to, same thing as ULB, N'Kobe Dean. That boy, like, that's that bright spot right there where it's like, bro, if he do what he gotta do, people gonna be so like they in the beginning they're gonna be like where like they can't accept that he's he's good and people say he was gonna be good, but it was just some question marks. And then when he's finally good and he's making those plays, people are like, oh, N'Kobe Dean top. No, don't do that now. Because y'all got a lot of question marks. Y'all want to doubt this team, but no, don't do it now when they actually show. Because that's what was last year's team. Like last year's team actually showed like we ain't come to play. Like, and now people like Eagles and this and that. So yeah, fellas. I'm excited. That's all I got.
Hey, love it. Love the energy. 13 wins to Kobe Dean. Watch out. Don't join the bandwagon late. We appreciate you, King.
Thank y'all, fellas. Have a good one.
Peace.
You already know.
All right. We just getting full up in here. We got
I can't see it.
Dalvin, what's going on?
Yo, what's up?
What's up with it?
What's going on?
What you got for us? Give us some of what you expect happen in the next couple of days with training camp, the season. You know, just what's going on in your mind.
I'm wondering if they're gonna pick up a new player, someone else new, probably like a Patrick Queen or.
Still waiting for that Howie Roseman card up the sleeve before preseason.
Exactly, and see what happened with that. If not, I'm cool with what we got right now, man. I think like the safety spot, I'm hyped to see what Sidney Brown do. And linebacker, I think
week one, and it's early. Training camp is going to give us more information on it for sure. But week one, if I had to ask you right now before you've seen training camp, who you got? Edmonds, Blankenship, Sidney Brown. Give me your two.
Sidney Brown and Terrell Edmonds.
Okay, the Rook gonna jump Blankenship.
Yeah, I think Reed do good in that third safety spot where we can kind of run those three safeties. But as far as him starting, I'm not sure. And like, I mean, Sidney Brown was a steal. What was he, the second best safety in the draft? They said we got him in like the 4th or 5th round. So I'm gonna tell you, Terrell,
I'm gonna give you my thoughts on why it's gonna be Blankenship real quick. Blankenship tackles better than Sidney Brown,
for him, right? You're like,
my guy Reed Battleship. Yeah, we put Battleship out of business like that. No, but Sidney Brown had he had problems tackling in college. You know what I mean? That's not really no secret. Like dudes was just leaving him unblocked because he would whiff a lot of tackles. If he can get his tackling under control, I think Sidney Brown could possibly leapfrog him because Sidney Brown is phenomenal at coverage. But Reed Blankenship, he's like a heat-seeking missile, bro. And that's the type of energy that you need at the NFL level. So if Sidney Brown can hone in some of that, then it could be a question. But if he can't tackle yet,
I feel like Sidney is the better coverage guy, and I think Terrell is
right.
the missile. So if you got them two that can kind of balance each other out, Sidney could play center field and Terrell can get up in those blitzes and up in like stopping the run and stuff like that. I think it kind of worked, but like Reed, like whenever he played, man, he always flashed. Like you said, like I can't remember what game it was. He laid somebody out in the back in the backfield. It was crazy. Like Reed got it, but I like him kind of like in like that. You know how Dallas got those 3 safety type things. Like I like how Philly can run that, and then I wouldn't mind seeing Reed either though. But I definitely want to see what Sidney Brown do because I think Terrell is gone after this year, so I wouldn't even mind seeing Sidney and Reed line it up and see what we got at safety.
See, I got a hot take. Look, I got a hot take. Terrell Edmunds is 26 years old. I've been saying it low key in the last couple of videos. I'm telling y'all, look, Terrell Edmunds, like he has an opportunity to, if he does what he needs to do, especially with all the problems at linebacker that people think we're gonna have outside of Nakobe Dean, right? Who knows who steps up? Ellis, Davion Taylor, Nicholas Morrow. Terrell Edmunds is a hybrid. He can play that linebacker / safety role in the box. And I'm telling you, when he plays with these type of players around him, with this defensive line, with this cornerback group, he going to edge a 3-year contract with the Eagles. I'm trying to tell you. Look,
I can see it happening. I can see it happening too. I can see it happening.
He's 26.
I can see it happening. And look at the market. Look at the market for safeties right now. It ain't expensive. Right? It ain't expensive. You know what I mean?
You think they would have paid? You think they would pay him before they was going to pay CJ, even though they were trying to pay CJ? But I think.
But go ahead. My bad.
I think they might let if we need one safety. I think they'll be better off drafting one next year. If Sidney play good and then we need that second safety, I don't think they'll bring Terrell back. I think they'll probably try to sign one get one through the draft or like maybe some mid-tier safety in free agency because I can't see how we spending no money on safety like that, man.
Bruh, they was trying to give CJ $3.5 million a year, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're trying to give him $3 a year. Terrell taking that, bro.
But
Terrell Edmunds is taking that.
CJ did so much on that defense though. Like you can pay him that when he was leading the league in picks and he blitzed, he played coverage. Like he was our Swiss Army. He was Malcolm Jenkins again. Not just he wasn't the leader that Malcolm was, but Malcolm wasn't getting us 8 picks a year. Like he played everywhere on that defense, and like the swag and the electricity he brought to that team. Like I think, I to be honest, I think I might miss him more than Hargrave because I feel like that defense, that line is stacked, and I feel like they gonna produce, but like that us losing CJ was kind of sour for me because he lined up everywhere.
He was a ball.
Yeah,
and he could play
nobody expected him to ball. Like nobody thought when we signed him, I don't think nobody thought we was gonna have to get him the type of contract we thought we was gonna have to get him when free agency started. Even though he got like the lower contract, but like we was thinking like he was gonna get paid. We was thinking like how he was thinking.
All right, but let me ask you this before we get you out of here because we got a couple people. Now, again, it's neither here or there. But if you had to pick Bradbury or CJ, who would you have taken? Knowing, think about it like this though, knowing who you got as the backup cornerbacks now and knowing who your 3 safeties are now, right? Like at the time, we didn't know we were going to get Greedy Williams, Keely Ringo, blah, blah, blah. But we also didn't know we were going to get Terrell Edmunds and Sidney Brown. But seeing how the roster is now, would you take Bradbury off for CJ Gardner-Johnson or would you keep Bradbury? What would you do?
I would have. I probably would have took CJ and tried to get a corner in the draft. Because you got to think about, Jalen Carter, at 10, but it was a lot of good corners that slipped.
Who?
The Gonzalez dude that went to New England. He was the second best corner in the draft.
So you're saying Gonzalez and
wait, let me
Johnson is better than Jalen Carter and Bradbury?
No, but I'm saying Bradbury almost 30, bro. CJ was 25.
don't know, man. I don't know. That's tough. That's
And you
tough, Mike.
got,
That's
and
tough.
it's not like we bringing that corner in to play the number one. Slay the number one.
I think it's
But Bradbury was the All Pro.
That's true. That's true. But
and
Bradbury, I would have liked to seen us get a little bit younger. Like I wouldn't mind keeping CJ at 25. You got another young safety. Avante still young. Darius would have been a little bit older, and we would have had a second corner out the draft. That would have been, yo, everybody in that backfield would have been 20-some years old. But Slay.
I hear
I
you.
don't
I
know,
hear
man.
you. I hear you.
I
It's
think I got
tough.
to Bradbury.
I think I got to keep
It's very
Bradbury
tough.
too.
It's very tough. It's
Yeah.
very tough because I can no longer really depend on Avante Maddox that way, injury wise.
Yeah,
I can't.
that's true too.
You know what I mean? I really can't depend on him. So I'm cool with Slay, Bradbury, and Greedy. You know what I mean? In case something happens to Devontae Smith. I'm cool with that.
Facts.
I mean Devontae Maddox. Avante
Yeah.
Maddox. I'm sorry.
Yeah, they just paid Avante, so he gonna be there.
Yeah, he got to
Right.
stay healthy. That's all he needs
Yeah.
to do. He's locked down too. Hey, Dalvin, we appreciate you, bro.
All right, y'all be cool, man.
Peace,
You
peace.
too, brother.
All right. What's going on, bro?
What's good?
What's up with it?
How you feeling?
I'm good. I wanted to give a shout out to our training staff, man.
Mhm.
Keeping our players all the way straight the whole season. I feel like we the only team who don't have players to get just banged up each and every week, every other week.
Knock on fake wood. We need that to continue.
Definitely got to knock on wood. You know what I mean? What we had health.
We got a new staff though. We had an old staff back with Doug Peterson. They gone. It's a new staff now.
Yeah.
Right,
Remember everybody was mad at Nick Sirianni for like, baby and bubble wrapping him at preseason and stuff. Hey, whatever Nick Sirianni did so far in his tenure, we've been pretty darn healthy. Not just the Super Bowl run, but even his rookie season, right? Like, and that was one thing that I got on. I said, man, this is football. These grown men. Stop babying them. But now I take that back. Nick Sirianni, do it exactly how you keep doing it. Do whatever you want. That junk worked.
Exactly. And I'm not going to even say I'm surprised that AJ Brown played every game last year. With his physical nature, you see what I'm saying? The physical nature that he played with, like you got it, like that's a testament to I don't know. And he had a couple scares. He had me holding my breath a couple times, bro. You know what I mean? I think somebody went low on him. You know what I mean? He was a little slow to get up.
That Washington game where he only had 7 yards, he stayed in the game, but he was real gimpy.
Right. Then they said it was food poisoning or something like that. Then I seen my man with the busted eye vessel. I'm like, oh no, what's going on? You know what I mean? But you know, the training staff did their job. That's a fact. I think if you got to rank the training staffs, 1 and 2 got to be the Bills. Obviously, got to be number 1. We seen them resuscitate a man. We seen them save a man life on the field. You know what I mean? I would say the Eagles are behind that too, man. Like a lot of people stay healthy.
Whatever the Chiefs did to Mahomes' leg, though, we got to investigate that because he was grimacing on the sideline, and then he came back.
Bro, why'd you have to go there, bro? I just knew the Lombardi was mine when he was hurt. I was like, it's ours. I was like, I don't care who hurt. I was like, I don't give. Listen, you ain't wasting. I don't wish injury on nobody. But if Patrick Mahomes get hurt in the Super Bowl, you playing against Patrick Mahomes,
it's over.
Hey, get the shovel, put the dirt on it. Fuck it. You gotta get that Lombardi, bro. I'm like, man.
Week 1 though. I think we're gonna get the dub, but I think Bill's gonna have something for us.
Yeah, they're gonna retire Brady's jersey there too.
Bill is Bill. I don't think they got enough firepower. If we jump out on them early, I don't think they got enough firepower to bounce back. But Bill is definitely Bill. You know what I'm saying? Bill could definitely make it ugly.
For sure. Who you got your eye on out of these young guys in coming into training camp?
I'm gonna go with Nolan.
Okay. I ain't mad at that.
Everybody else, I know what to expect from most of the other ones, but Nolan.
All right, let me ask you this: Who gets the first sack? Nolan Smith or Jalen Carter? Season, not preseason. First NFL stat. That number 1 under the sack column. Who get it first? Jalen Carter, Nolan Smith.
I think we might have lost him.
Question so hard, it froze him.
Right. My lost him. We'll go. Oh,
Now go ahead.
I'm back. Okay, yeah, I don't think Jalen gonna start as hungry as I want him to be right out the gate. I think it's gonna take him getting punched in the mouth one good time, and then like wake up like I'm here, and then he gonna get going.
mm. I
All
think it's
right.
going to be Jalen Carter. Between them two, I would go with Jalen Carter. I think Jalen Carter going to get a good interior pressure early. Jalen Carter going to sack Mac Jones.
I hope so, man. I hope he
I'll
do.
take
Right.
it. I'll take it. I'll take it for sure. Hey, appreciate you for coming through, my guy.
Yeah, thank y'all, man.
Be easy.
Appreciate you.
All right. We got what's going on, bro?
What's going on, fellas? Long time
What's up with it,
listener.
man?
What's going on, LB? Philly Mike? What's going
What's up,
on?
man? How you feeling,
Hey, what's
bro?
going on? I'm feeling pretty good. But I just heard some stuff like a few days ago about how they just passed this rule with like almost eliminating the RPO where quarterbacks can't hand off the ball to the running back in front of them anymore. They have to be on their side or behind them. And I'm like, yo, that kind of eliminates the RPO, doesn't it? Because it just, I mean, how is Jalen going to respond to that? Like that's pretty much his bread and butter. Even though we know that he can do, he can go shotgun. He showed us other things they can do than just the RPO. But that's pretty much his bread and butter. That's what he does his best work at. If you can't give the ball to Swift or Boston Scott or any other fellas in front of you, how are you going to get away? That you're eliminating what Jalen does best.
Yeah, see, here's the thing. I heard that too, and it's been out for a minute now, but I don't think it's necessarily breaks down that way. I think the RPO is going to be fine. I listened to somebody try to explain it, kind of confused me. I kind of was like, what? Don't make sense. The rule, I don't think the rule is going to have a much impact on or way it goes. I think the way when I first heard it too, I thought the same thing. Wow, that means no more RPO. But I got to get the exact wording on it. But when I did my research, because I was going to make a video on it about 3 weeks ago, a month ago.
Okay.
But it ended up to me being nothing. So I don't think it should affect us, but you never know. They try and take away the QB push sneak. You know what I mean? They do what they don't like the Eagles being successful. That's the end of the day. You know what I mean?
I hear you. How do
Yeah,
you
I'm
guys?
trying. Yeah, I was. My bad.
Go ahead.
I was just trying to
Go
look up
ahead,
some
sir.
clarification on it. Um, it's just so much this offseason that they're trying to change that the Eagles were doing and that the Eagles perfected. I mean, it's ridiculous. It's
For real.
ridiculous.
For real.
Luckily, Jalen Hurts was so spectacular from the pocket that I don't really see it being an issue. You still got to account for his legs, whether it's an RPO or not. So I don't think it's like what he did best was RPO. It was just it's a real strong dimension of his game, though. I just don't think they
I
would be
agree.
that petty to where we just cannot run a read option.
That'd be rough. Real quick, shout out to D Dragon with the $2 super chat. He said Hassan Reddick, DPOY. He's definitely going to be a candidate after what he did last year. You add to the D line. You see him out there working as hard as he is. He understands what he brought to the table last year. And look, he really didn't come on strong into the end. Imagine if he had that motor from the end of the season, the whole season. Man, it could have been a 20 piece.
Imagine if
I
Gannon
think he
didn't keep
did.
dropping him back.
Yeah,
If
man.
Gannon was dropping him back.
That's right. I think he did have that motor. It's just Gannon having him drop back. I think he would have had 20 plus, gentlemen. I think he would have had 20 plus sacks if Gannon didn't use him to drop back and cover.
Yeah, I agree. He was dropping back a lot. And then he did kind of start late, though, as far as the stats piled. They really piled up in the Jags game, right?
Yeah,
that's when he really like.
That's where he started going off. Yeah.
He had 2 forced fumbles in that game alone.
Yeah, he did. He led the league with 5. You know what I mean? And he's always been a guy that goes after the ball. So let me ask you real quick, man. Who you looking forward to? Keeping your eye on the most. You know what I mean during this training camp process.
You know what's funny? No one has asked about this, but the dude Motomo, like the 7th round pick, nobody really mentions him. I mean, we hear Keely Ringo, we hear about Jalen Carter, we hear about all these guys, but as far as if we're talking about draft picks, like the recent draft picks, I think that our last pick, Momo, like this guy is supposed to be a tweener, DT, DN. Like I'm kind of curious of how he's going to turn out. You know what I mean? I'm pretty curious.
That's
I'm
a good
really
point.
curious about this guy. No one
I
ever
think
talks
he's a
about him.
He
You know
wasn't a
what I'm
bum at all. If you look him up, you'll see why we drafted.
Oh, I see. Oh yeah, I've seen some highlights and you know what I mean, and he looks crazy. And
Right.
I think Carter's going to get the first sack over you guys were the guy before me
over Nolan Smith.
Yeah, because Carter's going to be he's going to start on the line, and Smith is going to be more of a rotation his first year, I believe. And if Smith continues to show his potential, I think he'll be on the line more. But I think that he's just for now his first year, he's going to get he's going to be more of a rotation than Carter. Carter's going to be more of a starter, so that's why I say that Carter is going to be most likely to get the sack.
I think it'll be Jordan Davis
Nolan.
that gets that start, but I think Carter will be heavily involved in the rotation.
Whoa. You think Davis is starting over Carter?
I do. I think Jordan Davis is going to start over Carter.
So you think it's going to be Davis and Fletch?
I
do.
I think it's going to be
Davis and Fletch.
I think it's going to be
Carter and Fletch.
Oh, the connection is funny. I think it's going to be both Jordan Davis and Carter. I think both Carter and Jordan Davis are going to be the starters. Because
Not this
Fletch,
year.
I think Fletch.
Not this year.
We got
$10 million to Fletch.
Right, not this year. Fletcher Cox is going to start next to one of them young dudes, and it's going to be Jordan Davis. I think Jordan Davis.
I think if they were smart, they would rotate. They would rotate Fletch like they did last year.
Oh, his snaps are going to come down for sure. See, this is what I'm curious about. Like let's just go LB's route, right? Mm-hmm. Fletcher Cox and Jordan Davis are the starters, right? On the depth chart, every single game, the first snap, they're out there, right? But to me, I don't really care who starts. I care at the end of the game when I look at that snap count, who had the most. And so I can see Fletch being the starter because of 10 million. It's Fletch. It's who he is. But when you look at the snap count, say there's 55 defensive snaps, I can see it being, 22 for Carter, 23, 20 for like Fletch is not going to play 85% of the snaps. He's going to come down a lot because of the rotation. You still got to get Milton Williams in. So I think that Fletch and one of the Georgia boys are going to start. But I think you could even see Davis and Carter. I think by week 4 or 5, Davis and Carter will have more snaps than Fletch, but he's going to continue to start. I think that's going to be
right because that's just what you earn as a veteran. I think Fletcher Cox and Jordan Davis are just good tone setters. Now, I'm not taking nothing away from Jalen Carter. You can set the tone with Jalen Carter as well, but I think like teams like to run the ball to start games.
On third down, down, it's going to be Carter.
It's definitely going to be Carter.
They're going to test that run defense we've just been in the middle of the pack the last couple years. So you're right. They are going to try to test that. They need Jordan Davis to be in that middle.
That's what I'm saying. And we need to shut that down.
He looks pretty good. Jordan Davis looks conditioned. Mm-hmm. He looks like he's ready. He looks like, to be honest, like if we can get like what's that bowl from New England that used to be with New England?
Wolford.
If we can get a Wolford out of Jordan Davis, I think that.
Yeah, that's great. That's great.
That's great. You talk about a Hall of Famer.
But I think that that's his low end. His low end.
I agree.
Jordan Davis potential. Jordan Davis potential could be Fletcher Cox even better. He has
right. That. I agree. I think Jordan Davis could be like prime Albert Hainsworth. At one point, Albert Hainsworth was just like an unstoppable dog until he got the $100 million and went to Washington and just was trash. But before he got to Washington, man, I think Jordan Davis could be like that because he got that motor. He could give you that back end support. But yeah, man, I can see that happening.
I like it. Before we get you out of here, quick question, tough one. Who has more yards in 2023? AJ Brown or Devontae Smith?
They always leave when a question gets tough.
Say it again. Say it again.
Nah, who has more yards in 2023? AJ Brown or Devontae Smith?
Devontae's going to have more yards.
Slim Reaper.
The Slim Reaper's going to have more yards. Yeah.
I think AJ going to have 14 touchdowns this year, though.
I'll
I think
take
he's going to be a
that.
touchdown magnet, right?
And I think I think we're going to be 12-5, to be honest.
I ain't mad at it. That wins you the division.
That we win the division, and I think the win with the Niners will get us a 1 seed.
I'll take it. Hey, appreciate you coming through, bro.
All right, captains.
Be easy,
All right,
bro.
All right, gentlemen. Yeah, be easy.
All right, you too, man.
All right, we got 3 more in the background. We got Rome to Royalty, we got CL Lawrence, and we got Lenny D. I think I'm gonna pull mine down because after these 3, it's about that hour. You know what I mean?
Facts.
Rome to Royalty, what's up with you?
Rome, what's up, bro? I ain't see you in a minute.
What's good, bro? Can y'all hear me?
What's up?
Yes,
we
sir.
hear you good.
Oh, we Gucci. Shit, man.
What's up, man? The dog talking more than you, Rome.
That's what I'm saying. Say that again. My fault.
I said the dog talking more than you. What you got for us?
Bro, this dog going crazy. Hey, yo, chill.
He said, well, he got the Philly dog hat. Let the dog out. Who let the
got that Georgia Bulldog back there.
So how you feeling about this upcoming season, training camp? You got any hot takes for us? You got anything that nobody's talking about that you want to put your stamp on? What's going on through your mind as it pertains to the Philadelphia running back style Eagles?
The running backs? This shit acting crazy, bro. I might have to come back because I keep hearing something in the background. My fault, y'all.
Appreciate you, bro.
All right, you good, bro?
All right, C. Lawrence, what's going on with you?
What's up, man? What's up?
What's up with you, bro?
I'm feeling good, man. I feel like, bro, we're gonna beat the smack out every team this year. Like, this is a different type of team for real. Like, these are some young dogs, like killers, like 23, 20, like these mad age dudes on the team, bro. Like,
facts.
I feel like we might be 15-2. Like, I see us lose to Miami and then the Giants the last game, but I feel like we can beat the Giants for real. But ain't nobody really can mess with. You look at the offense, you gotta stop Jalen. All right, stop the running game. All right, stop AJ, Devontae, Dallas. The time you do all that, the game over. For real. Like,
I love it.
I just feel like
these are the type of
every
callers,
team.
These are the type of callers that when we do this before week 1, they get me hyped as hell, man.
That's what I'm saying.
Telling you, bro, like, what team? Like, we gonna beat the 9? We gonna beat Kansas City. The only reason why we lost to Kansas City last time, they had 2 weeks. Andrew Reid had 2 weeks to deal with what Gannon. Come on now. Come on. He was playing around with them. We gonna beat Kansas City, the Niners. We gonna sweep Dallas I never saw my team. I've been watching the Eagles since 2013. I never saw us sweep Dallas. I always thought it was gonna be 1-1. Then they got 2 of us 2018 and 2021. I feel like we're gonna sweep Dallas. It's gonna be over for them. Like
They pride gonna be shooken. Jalen gonna beat Dak twice. They pride gonna be hurt.
Hey, we gonna be so used to it, bro. They really gonna be hurt. It's crazy. It's crazy. Like, the only problem I really got is like going to the postseason. Like, are we gonna be like good? Because we're gonna beat the smack out all the team. I ain't really worried about that. I'm really about the postseason. We gotta close this. We gotta close it out.
I hear you, man. I hear you.
I don't feel like we can do it. I know I could do it, but it's just like people for the round. I feel like we need to get like a number 5 receiver, like maybe Julio or somebody, maybe another linebacker. But if Ellis is who people hype him up to be, then we good. But like, I feel like we really gonna knock everybody out, bro. Like, it's just gonna be a fun ride from end to finish. Like,
bro, I feel the same way.
How many passing touchdowns is Jalen Hurts going to throw this year?
He could do about 40 if he want to. Probably like 30, 38. Because you gotta think, bro. AJ probably will get like 1,700. Devontae probably get 14. Because last year was like their first year like really playing together. You know how in like a couple years, oh bro, this is easy. This gonna be a piece of cake. I'm telling you, this like you would never saw a quarterback like Jalen Hurts. They like the damn. Oh, let's see him do another year. He's gonna be doing it for like 5 or 6 years. It's crazy. Like he's like a new age, different quarterback. I could run it. I could throw it. I could just like my whole pocket is the left to the right. Ain't not like that. I'm like passing my home like it, but I'm not passing home. I'm Jalen Hurts. It's crazy.
Right,
Hey, the way the dude come in. Oh, what's up? Go ahead.
No, so
I'm talking too much anyway.
If he's thrown for like 30 something, I think you said 38, right? How much
Yeah.
is he running for? Because we know he's gonna run for a couple at least.
Probably like 8, probably 8 or 7. I feel like they got too many running backs for him to just run the ball. That's why I think they got like Rashawn, Boston. But I feel like he probably get like 8 or 7.
All right, so that's 45 total. Woo! Man, listen, all I know is if he throws for 38 touchdowns and we sweep Dallas twice, it's gonna be I'm gonna see what's that shit called in old westerns? The tumbleweed.
You're gonna see tumbleweed.
That's what it's gonna be, yo.
It's gonna be empty. It's gonna be empty.
What game I think gonna be more hype? The first game or the last game? I'm thinking that first game gonna be turned, but I don't know. That last game might be even more turned. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like we're gonna do them dirty. Even though they got Diggs and Gilmore, they can't cover Smitty and AJ. That's why the Eagles fans are really worried. They can't hold us. They nice. They all pro ass nice, but they can't hold us. I feel like it's gonna be over.
I agree, man. Before we get you out of here, bro, who you looking at in training camp? Like, who you got your eye on in training camp?
The linebacker from Chicago, Morrow Nicholas. Okay. He moved really well. I think he's going to be nice at the top of Sean Desai defense he's running. I feel like he just moved real fast. That's the problem with us last year. We didn't really have fast linebackers. They were good, but they weren't really fast, twitchy. I mean, like, I feel like more will be able to move. I feel like he'd be good.
Okay, that's a good one.
I like it. Nobody really talking about him. Appreciate you, C. Lawrence.
Have a good one. I'll catch up.
All right, man.
All right, peace. My man came with the energy. All right, we got Lenny D, and then we got Rome the Royalty again, and then we out. Lenny D.
What's up? Yeah. What's up, y'all? Can y'all hear me?
Yes,
sir. You loud and clear. What's up with it?
I just want to talk about a little bit about Jalen Hurts. It just amazed me how the evolution of Jalen Hurts just happened. It just seems like when we had Carson Wentz, I don't want to make it sound bad, but I used to be nervous about him turning the ball over or just being able to score a touchdown when we really need it. And I was a Carson Wentz guy, just like both of y'all probably was at the time we had him. But it just seemed like with Jalen Hurts, whenever he get the ball in his hands, I'm just worried free. Like I know he can make something happen with his legs or his arms. And one thing that I get tired of people saying is he had everything given to him. But ain't that what you're supposed to do for a team? Make your quarterback's life easier so he can help you win?
Yep,
right.
So I always hear that he got to prove it again, but I don't hear the same instance for Lamar. All I hear is excuses. If he's the chosen one for a team, he no matter what, because we said that for Carson Wentz, no matter who's out there on the field, he still had to go out there and give us a win. So no matter who's out there on the field, who's receivers, he still had to go out there and win. And for Jalen Hurts to just evolve over the span of 2 years as a starter, it's just amazing.
Facts. Real quick, I forgot to get this. Philly for life with a $5 super chat. He said, I got a hot take. Jalen Carter, 7.5 sacks. Defensive rookie of the year. Love the show. Keep grinding, boys. Hey, we appreciate you, Philly for life.
Appreciate you, bro.
We're gonna need you to get you to call in and spit that hot take. But we appreciate the $5 super chat for sure.
LB, since you right here, man, I'm telling you this right now as a Dallas native. I'm telling you, born and raised in Dallas as an Eagles fan. These dudes that you be going to war with about Dak Prescott. Out here in Dallas, these people does not care for Dak. They do not care for Dak like that.
Talk about it. Talk about it.
They do not care. I got a whole bunch of friends that they be asking for Cooper Rush over Dak Prescott. They do not care. They do not care for Dak Prescott like that.
I know the real temperature down there, man. I know they ready for change down there. It's a make or break year for him, but hey, I'm gonna just let the Dallas native say it. I ain't gonna say it no
Yeah,
more.
I'm telling you, I'm an Eagles fan. The only time they really care about Dak is if we play him, of course, because so they can mess with me, of course. But as far as any other time, my homeboys be calling for his head. They do not care for him out here like that.
Well,
that's
good thing
crazy.
you're an Eagles fan, bro. I hope you
Yeah.
get you better game.
Facts. Hey, shout out to you, LNED. Appreciate you for coming through.
Thank you. Thank y'all for having me.
No
All right,
problem.
bro.
No
Have a good
problem.
one.
All right, real quick before we get Rome the Royalty in here, Donnell Shipley with a $5 banger. He said, "What up, brothers? I have another hot take. Quez losing his starting job to Oz. Woo! So you don't mean you don't believe them little hype videos he been putting out on IG? You don't see?
I'm telling you, bro. Oz is wide receiver 3.
Seriously?
I'm telling you, I believe it in my bones. And you know, I'm a Quez guy, bro. I just think Oz is better, Mike.
I'm gonna die on that hill until he loses his job. I'm Quez.
I ain't mad at it.
Quez.
I'm mad at it. But you know what? Quez is probably one of them guys that practice really, really good. You know what I mean? He probably. I don't mean to say it like that, Mike. I don't mean to say it like that. He's probably going to have a great camp, and it's going to be tough. And then it's going to be the play on the field that's going to get Oz more time. You see how we had to depend on Pascal a little more.
Yeah. All right. So hey, Donnell Shipley, we appreciate your input. He said it's a hot take, right? Quez losing his job to Oz. We're going to get Rome the Royalty in here, but I want to ask the chat real quick. Just put who you think is going to be the wide receiver 3 for the Eagles. Quez Watkins or Olamide Zaccheaus. You can put Oz, but I just want to see the temperature in the chat right now. We got about 455, 446 in the chat. Let's feel out the temperature. Just write Oz or Quez. Just want to see how it goes real quick. And that's the first question we're going to ask you. Quez or Olamide?
Olamide for sure. I'm not even hating on Quez, but like Quez got like when he be tracking the ball, like he jumps too early, like his jumping will take him out of rhythm, out of timing, out of position. Like there's too much going on. Like my high school coach, he told me when you jump for the ball, like you taking, you know what I'm saying? Like that's unnecessary, you know what I'm saying? Like so obviously like certain situations, you know what I'm saying, you gotta jump for the ball, but like, you know what I'm saying, like when the ball is like meant for you to run under it, you know what I'm saying, you're supposed to know how to track the ball. Like Deshaun Jackson was the best at doing it, and you know what I'm saying, we Philly fans, so we know what it looks like, you know what I'm saying. So Olamide Zaccheaus is definitely the guy that I fuck with, because when we signed him, I instantly went to YouTube, looked up his I just wish he was a little bigger. I wish he was like 5'11", because he's explosive. He's real
like
twitchy.
Quez.
And OTAs when they was doing like the little wide receiver releases, like I like his little. He just got that
He's shifty,
that feel for the game. But on tape he got that feel to avoid. You know what I'm saying, to know the depth of his routes. You know what I'm saying, because he's a little guy. So you know what I'm saying, you got to play with that presence. You know what I'm saying. So I like it.
Real quick, the chat, it was looking 50-50-ish, but now we got a nice little long stream of Quez in there. So, right now the chat looking a little Quezzy, but look.
That speed though, to take off the top is like, how can you not go with Quez? You know what I'm saying? You've seen what he could do. He could take wide receiver screens, you know what I'm saying, to the house. His running is real fluid, but it's just when he gets to the top of the route and, you know what I'm saying, when he tries to track the ball.
What if this year he doesn't jump? You know what I mean?
But this is the thing though, Mike. It already cost us too much, Mike. It already cost us too much. You know what I'm saying? Listen. And the balls that he was jumping for, Mike, they was dimes. All you gotta do is run and keep running, bro.
I totally agree. You also got to know that what happened, like once the 2023 season fully starts, we can't go to last year. We can only see what he does in 2023. And I will say this again, like he could have been more of a crybaby. Like I think the way he handled it, right, was really good. And so I'm putting, again, as Rome the Royalty said, bro, you can't throw away that 4.3 speed. He's one of the fastest guys in the NFL. So right there, that gives him a notch. And all I'm saying is the way he attacked this offseason by just having a little bit of attitude, like, I'm going to make y'all eat y'all words. And he came out right up and said, listen, I didn't like how I played. So all that to me says, you know, if it is mental, if it is the jumping, if it is the dumb things that I know you're not going to forgive from 2022, but
I just don't think that. No, I just don't think he's better.
You don't think he's better than Olamide?
No, I think Olamide is better.
I think he just knows how to play the position better. I think he's naturally.
I think he's better, bro. Look at the video I did today. A couple hours has been up today before this live stream. I did like a breakdown on what Olamide does. I've been saying his name wrong the whole time. I guess I did a breakdown on what he does, bro. He the way
a lot of people been fucking that shit up.
How many yards did he have last year?
I think he might have like 500, 490 something or 500.
With Mariota throwing to him though.
Yeah,
right. But his route running though, bro. His route running. His route running is a big point of emphasis for me to why I think he's gonna win the position, because he understands depth. He understands where he should be for his size. The interception against Dallas, that Quez ain't even fight for that, because I don't think he understood the depth and where he was supposed to be at, and where he didn't understand how to attack the ball. You know what I mean? We all like to blame that on Minshew, but Quez ain't fight for that ball. You don't have that with Olamide, bro. And I think Olamide could break more tackles. I think he understands
tougher. He just looks tougher on tape to me. You know what I'm saying? Like
he gonna make y'all eat y'all words.
check my last
Quez,
video.
Though. I like Quez. Like when Brunson was talking about him, I think he was the first one to like really express, you know what I'm saying, us drafting him, especially him going from what he was a D3, a D2,
right,
a D2 college player. But like I liked him coming out of college and in the, you know what I'm saying, his rookie year. Like it just seemed like his incline came to a halt last year, and I'm eager to see what he does. I'm not writing him off. I'm just saying, personally, I like Olamide. Like,
right. This is what I'm saying. This is the best situation for us winning. Olamide at the wide receiver 3, Quez at the wide receiver 4, and fielding some of them punts and kick return. That's the best situation for us winning, bro. It's about winning. If I ain't think, listen, if you got Quez at your number 4, you're in good shape.
You got Olamide at your number 4, you're in good shape.
I don't think so, bro. I think Olamide. I don't think so, Mike. I think Olamide need a little more of that meat off that bone. Pause. I think Olamide he need to be involved more.
Yeah, but check this out. Regardless, think about the players now. Olamide or Quez has to fight for touches, right?
Right.
1, AJ Brown. 2, Devontae Smith. 3, Dallas Goedert. And 4, maybe DeAndre Swift. So not only do we have a tight end that deserves to get the ball thrown to him like a wide receiver, now we have a running back who deserves to get the ball thrown to him kind of like a wide receiver. So all I'm saying is, whoever is our third wide receiver, he still might be third on the wide receiver depth chart, but on actual playmakers, he might be 5th or 6th. You see what I'm saying? Because Swift can do what Swift can do, and Dallas Goedert needs the ball too. So.
See, the difference is though between the two, and obviously we're not gonna know because it's gonna be his first year playing with us. But like the difference between Quez and Olamide, what I see and what I feel is like even when the ball's not, because at the wide receiver 3, obviously the ball's not gonna come to you. You know what I'm saying? Like every play, so. It might come to you 1 in the blue. Are you gonna be ready for that moment? You know what I'm saying? Like you're the number 1 receiver, like a Jason Avant. It could have been 4th quarter. He ain't touched the ball all game, but he still prepares and he's still ready and for any moment, for any big moment. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna come his way. I don't think Quez really is at that level of you know what I'm saying? Like you got to get him involved to really get him in the flow of the game. You know what I'm saying? I feel like Olamide is just has that football, whatever you want to call it, just to be ready and staying locked in and focused for wherever that moment might come. You know what I'm saying? Like
I hear you.
It came in Washington in that big play and Quez yeah, he caught the ball, but it was a huge moment. You know what I'm saying? Like he's like, damn, ain't nobody touched me. You know what I'm saying? So like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's that mental. And then in the Super Bowl, it cost us. You know what I'm saying? So like in the third quarter, you know what I'm saying? Like he wasn't really a factor in that game. Like so, it comes once in the blue. Are you gonna be ready to you know what I'm saying? Be that guy?
And this is my big thing about it before we move on or whatever. Quez Watkins either got to be a number 2 or number 4 because he has to have involvement. He just can't be cold running routes and blocking for a large portion of the game as a number 3. He either got to be a number 2 or number 4.
That was his first year. So maybe that's what I'm saying. As much as we're saying he can't do it, maybe the adjustment to that was too hard. And now, again, what I'm saying is it's not like we have 2 years of data of saying of Quez Watkins being you know what I mean? I know what you're saying, LB.
No, I see what you're saying.
My thing was maybe now he understands. Like maybe he was like, you know what, AJ Devontae Goddard, I'll still get mine. But now that he realized he didn't, now he at least goes into this year knowing that I'm only going to get 3 targets this game. I got to catch, you know what I mean? Like maybe that could play a part too. I see what you're saying, that he didn't do it well in 2022, but I think now he at least knows more of his role in 2023. I'm only going to get this many targets. You know what I mean?
And it's definitely situational too. Let's think about it like this. If Brian Johnson starts to get creative and have Devontae Smith in the slot more, then I would love to see Quez on the outside.
Yeah,
as a third guy, if you moving pieces around like that,
because that's what he's most comfortable with. He's most comfortable with his speed and just going. You know what I'm saying? Like he's more comfortable to adapt to just, you know what I'm saying, those specific routes that you'll be given being on the outside, opposed to him coming into the league and adapting to that slot role and then adapting to using his speed and the change of pace. You know what I'm saying? Because like Deshaun Jackson talked about it the best. Like in that slot position, even though you might be the fastest guy, you got to control, you know what I'm saying, your speed. You know what I'm saying? And to come over from college to the NFL to go to the slot and to understand that's not easy if that's not what you're naturally good at. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. And Olamide knows he's fast. He's not fast, obviously not a 4.3, but he's quick. He's fast enough, and he knows how to deceive his speed. So
sure, yeah, you're right. And as LB said, if we start moving around, because I think AJ can eat from the slot, so can Devontae. Right. So you start doing some things like that, and then Quez's value comes better. But again, just straight slot routes, like some shifty slants and stuff, I think Olamide's the key that's got that edge over Quez. I think, again, whoever earns that spot is going to have to be a dog and have to prove it to get it. So as we all talk about iron sharpen iron, we gonna see. We gonna bring this back. It's gonna be a nice little debate about the season. You know what I mean? You got one team Olamide, I got one team Quez. We gonna see who wins. You know what I mean? It is what it is. The play will happen sooner rather than later. But hey, Rome to royalty, we appreciate you, bro.
Yeah, next time, man, I ain't gonna be talking about no Quez and Olamide all my time, but you know what I'm saying, 9 days away. Because honestly, that wide receiver spot, we still gonna flourish. You know what I'm saying? We still gonna do what we do. Obviously, adding Swift to that offense. But yeah, man, I'll tap in with y'all for sure.
You already know we're gonna do a couple more of these for sure, bro.
Yes, sir. Definitely during the training camp time where everybody wants to give their take. Appreciate you, bro. Now he was the last one, but we do got a late entry, and because he be rocking with us too much, we can't just deny him. We gonna have to bring old man Stu.
Oh, Stu with a
he slipped. Yo, I took my link down and everything. So I agree. Twitter.
Yeah, I know. What it was
where'd you find?
I was actually going. I had to do some stuff for the. I actually found it on Twitter. I was actually I actually had to go do some stuff for my lady. Yeah, I had to go. I seen it on YouTube. I seen it on Twitter because I had to go somewhere for my lady real quick, and I had to go run and do some stuff. And then I came back and walked the dog. And I seen y'all was still here. I said, well, let me see if I can jump in real quick with my dogs. See if I can talk with them real quick. And hold on, Mike, you ain't even got to ask the question because I told you after we brought him on board that Olamide Zaccheaus was going to take that wide receiver 3 spot for Quez. I told you that. I told him that day one, the first time he did a Jan app after we got him. I said that Olamide was going to take this from me. But here's the thing about it. I'm not averse to Quez. And I get the whole thing if you can't take away that 4.3 speed. But I also say this. If you look in the Hall of Fame, tell me actually how many Hall of Famers is in the that got 4.3 speed.
Yeah, it's all about the technicalities of the game at that point. It's all about who's technically better.
Everybody seems to forget Jerry Rice ran a sub 4.4. You know what I'm saying? So think about that. That's the greatest receiver. That's the greatest receiver of all time, and he ran a sub 4.4. Yeah. So that speed really don't mean nothing to me.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing, though.
Yeah.
He ran a sub 4.4, but guess what? The defensive backs that were playing him ran 4.5. So the thing is, though, everybody got faster. Same thing. So Jerry, you're right. Jerry Rice wasn't running that fast, but the defenses were slower too. But let me just get this out because I want to get all y'all take on this as well. Donnell Shipley with a $5 super chat. He said another hot take. Sorry,
another
fellas.
hot one.
He said, who will have a better year, Sean Desai or Brian Johnson? Now, again, he's not saying if you pick the one that you think the other one's going to be trash. They both could have great years, but whose year is better? First time.
I think Brian Johnson will have a better year. I mean, how could you not with that offense, bro? So
I agree, but there's a specific reason why I agree that Brian Johnson will. Brian Johnson, the connection between him and Jalen Hurts and knowing each other so long, and Brian Johnson being somebody that he's worked with before Brian Johnson was even hired here. So having that connection and understanding his skill set and him actually learning how to play the quarterback better. Everybody seems to forget that Jalen Hurts didn't have a quarterback's coach until he got to Oklahoma. Nobody realizes that. He never had a quarterback. So when people say keep bringing up that he got benched by Nick Saban at Alabama, I look at him and say, so name me a quarterback before Jalen Hurts that Nick Saban has coached at Alabama that went on to have a successful NFL career. Don't worry. I'll wait.
Nah, they're buns.
That's true. I didn't even think about it like that.
Alabama quarterbacks don't normally do great.
That's why I said no Alabama quarterback that Nick Saban has coached since he's been there has went on to have a successful NFL career.
I guess you could say Tua Tua might be mildly successful. If Tua could put a whole season together, I think
only questions about Tua is if he can stay healthy. Other than that, I can say I'll give Tua this. If Tua can stay healthy, he's a beast throwing that ball. I'm not going to take that from him. He ain't got no deep shot arm. I give him a 50-yard throw at the most. But after that, trust me, you can pick that off.
Yeah.
He kind of reminds me of Breeze, low key. He just gotta stay healthy.
Yeah, he do.
Breeze had like the biggest arm. Right, Breeze had the biggest arm, but Breeze had crazy timing.
Yeah, and that's the one. I think that was the one thing that separated Tua and Jalen at Alabama is Jalen. I think at the beginning at Alabama, he kind of had that mentality that Hurts had. He was always looking for the big play. And as time went on, I think Jalen, like I said, his first quarterback coach was at Oklahoma once he got there with Lincoln Riley. And that's when he started to understand, okay, play within the offense and still be yourself. That's where everybody said, Lincoln Riley even said, when he got there, he literally changed the culture because he made everybody believe in themselves and he pulled everybody along with him. But that was the first time he ever had a quarterback's coach. So if you're thinking about that, if the first time he ever had a quarterback's coach was his very last year in college, and that's the year he came second in the Heisman behind Joe Burrow, but he was a second-round draft pick, bro, I'm sorry. Yeah, we could say that Nolan Smith is one of the biggest draft steals in NFL history, but no, not bigger than Jalen Hurts is.
I agree.
Well, yeah. I mean, you got to think one of the biggest draft hills. Tom Brady's the biggest. He's a 6th-round pick, and he's the GOAT. You know what I mean? He literally was the 6th-round pick that turned into the GOAT. So But I hear you. Once you're drafted, that gets thrown out. You got to play on the field. But I will co-sign with y'all. I wanted to find a way to say Sean Desai will have a better year. But nah, I think Brian Johnson's gonna have the better. Not saying Sean Desai won't have a good year. I was trying to think, but I'm gonna go with y'all and say Brian Johnson for sure. Real quick, we got Braylon Johnson with a $2 super chat saying, I hope we put Smitty in the slot more. I would like to see a rotation
That'd
in the
be
slot
crazy.
because I think that AJ eats from the slot. Smitty ate from the slot a lot versus Dallas. Like, I like Smitty in the slot too. Just don't get him banged up going across the middle. Shout out to Dontello Dragon with another one. He said Team Rambo. I can hope. Well,
And you know what? I can't even hate. Charleston Rambo, him and Jalen Hurts' connection when they was at Oklahoma, that was pretty nice too. So I can't even hate on that.
Well, shout out to D Dragon because he's an Oklahoma fan, so that's why he's been on the Jalen Hurts wagon, not just because he's an Eagle, but he's also his quarterback for his favorite college team. And so when Charleston Rambo came, he can only hope. Look, he got high praise. Dontello loves Quez and Alameda, but he got to go with his hometown guy or his college team guy, Charleston Rambo. A couple more super chats real quick. Mellow D with the $4.99 super chat. Let's be for real. On the Quez fumble, it was in Washington. Buddy was just in the right place at the right time to poke the ball out. Could have happened to anybody. We gotta let that go.
But if you don't leave your feet, you don't fall.
I
you don't stride, bro. You like he was in position
I
stride. I'm gonna let it go, but that
here's why,
we're gonna keep it fact-based.
Here's another reason. Yes, that's true too. And another thing is, as he was getting up, you look back and you seen bro coming. Why you ain't protecting the ball? Nah, bro, can't let that go.
Now listen, if we gonna harp on something, it's more the Super Bowl drop than the fumble. Because I think that loss in Washington is something. Look, I don't never want to lose, but that was a much needed lose. Like that's that one that just lets you know, okay, any given Sunday, and get back to what you're doing best and getting dubs. One more super chat, Shane L, $5 banger. Gonna be some blood and serious violence in that San Francisco 49er game. I can't wait, man.
We coming back to the link?
Yeah, we gonna be the violent ones, and they gonna be the ones bleeding. That's all good.
Yo, yes. If they thought we were mean to them last time, oh man,
it's gonna be bad.
Don't bring your kids. Don't bring your wives.
Debo did too much. Debo did them dirty. He shouldn't have not. Debo should have just kept his mouth.
It's gonna be cold. It's gonna be cold, bro. You know what I mean? It's week 13.
He don't even understand. Look. Literally, LB, I swear to God, you better be in the stands with that goddamn hat on, yelling at Debo. I'm your captain now. You better be yelling.
No, it might be too cold for this one in week 13.
Yeah, you might need a ski mask. You might need a ski mask.
I'm gonna get my ski mask for that one.
Real quick,
my guy
put the ski mask on with the captain hat over the top and still yelling at him. I'm your captain now. Ski mask out.
My guy Kayvon G with the $4.99 banger. He said it's been a while, fellas. Appreciate y'all guys. Hurts going for the MVP this season. Special shout out to the Refuse to Lose podcast family. RPT East Champs. You already know, bro. Repeat East Champs. Shout out to you, man. Shout out to Refuse to Lose, man. Shout out to y'all.
Yeah, big times. And one more super chat. Sydney family with the $7.99 banger. Thanks for keeping it real, guys. We appreciate all y'all. Whether you're just hitting the like button, whether you're dropping comments down, whether you're dropping super chats, we appreciate all of that for sure. We got one more person in the back. We can't. These are the last two. Take it down. Take the link down.
All right, I'm out, fella.
Take the link down. Abort link.
Good.
Nah, what's going on, Ant?
Yeah, what's going on, guys? How y'all doing?
What's up, bro?
What's good, man? No, you on your way home from work or something, man?
I'm heading from my girl's house.
Okay. What's up? How you feeling about the off season though? Who you interested in seeing this camp?
Yeah, I'm honestly interested. I got you. Don't worry. I'm honestly interested to see. I'm interested to see how Sean decides to roll out this defense. I mean, I feel like we have so much versatility. Like Nolan Smith can play on the line or in coverage if they decide not to get another linebacker. There's Nakobe Dean, Jalen Carter, the safety rotation. That's going to be an interesting battle to see. The corners. I think if what we're hearing about Sean Desai being that dude that's going to be a little more aggressive, but keep other offenses on his toes. That's the missing link, and I'm really excited to see his how he rolls out his defense. Some of the other offensive battles are pretty interesting too, but I feel like the offense is going to be more or less like the same for the most part. But I'm really excited to see that defense. That's going to be like the X factor.
Yeah,
I can agree with that.
For real. I think that, if we're saying that our defense was good last year based off the talent and Gannon got the free ride, if you get some pressure packages, you get some disguising going on, you do some exotic stuff with these guys, I think the sky's the limit. That's why I was trying to find a way to say I think he's going to be better, but I think I'm happy with both our coordinators. I like it.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see what this defense has to bring to the table as well, because it's a lot of talent, man. You had some all pros, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And Reddick and Bradbury, but I feel like that you had a legendary sack total. I just feel like we didn't shut teams down enough. And I feel like this year Sean Desai has the opportunity to like put his mark on this defense.
Yeah, for sure. And
that was the one thing where they were saying earlier who's going to have a better year, Brian Johnson or Sean Desai. I was still looking at the way we can, because I was on Birds of Broad Street a couple weeks ago, and each one of it was about 6 of us on the panel, and we all came up with a different front five. They said, here's the scenario. Second quarter, you up 3, 17-14. You're on defense, 2nd and 14. What's your front five? And we all had a different front five that was so lethal. It was literally, I'll put it to you like this. This was my front five. For that scenario, I said Jordan Davis, Jalen Carter, Brandon Graham, Hassan Reddick on one side, Nolan Smith on the other. I thought about that and I said, damn.
Now you left out Josh Sweat.
Disrespectful.
That's what I'm saying. You just took not only that, you just took off Josh Sweat and you took off Flex. You took off a future Hall of Famer, all pro guy, and a guy coming off a 10+ sack season. And that's still an effective front five.
Yeah, I see. Yeah, because I streamed with BG and he asked me the same thing. I streamed with Bergang and wait, no, it wasn't Bergang. It was Smitty and King DV. And they asked me the same question.
Yeah.
They didn't say second down for me. And so because they said third down, I took Jordan Davis off. If it's second down, I'm keeping Jordan Davis on. Not saying Jordan Davis can't become a pass rusher, but if it's on third down, I want all the pass rushing dogs. So I think mine was Sweat.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying. Think about that. You could take either Jordan Davis off and put Jalen Carter or Fletcher Cox there instead of Jordan Davis. Or you could take one of them off and put in Milton Williams and Marlon and Pelotu or something like that. It's so many different combinations of a five that you can use. That's
Milton
what I'm like, Sean
Williams.
Desai he got something to play with.
Yeah, he got to get his packages together, man. He got to get his packages together because there's a lot of talent.
Facts.
A lot.
Let me ask y'all this real quick, right? Who leads the Eagles in sacks that's not named Hassan Reddick, right? So not saying he's automatically going to repeat as the lead sack leader of this team, which he has a really good chance to do it. He probably will. But let's take him off. We got Brandon Graham, Josh Sweat, Fletch, Davis, Carter, Nolan Smith, Milton Williams. Who besides Hassan is going to be the either the top guy or the second guy if we say Hassan is number one?
Josh Sweat, hands down.
Hell yeah, that was my go-to
I
right
agree.
there. Because like his career has been crazy. It's just been nothing but getting better. Man went
Right,
from 4, 6, 7.5, 11. I'm got him knocking like 13 or 14 of these boys
that's what
down.
I'm saying. He definitely can
And
get
he missed
13.
2 games.
Right. He
Yeah.
got a
13 or
listen.
Hold
He had
on.
11.
I'm
He had
gonna
11 and a
go off
pick
the beaten
six.
path.
Yo,
I'm gonna go
you
off
wait,
the beaten
wait,
path.
real quick. I did a
I'm gonna
YouTube
go a
short
little.
like around a
I'm
month
gonna go a
ago.
little stray. I'm gonna
Go.
go a little stray, and if this happens, I'm gonna go a little off stray, and if this happens, it'll be the greatest prediction in history. I'm gonna say Derek Barnett.
That's
Sheesh.
wild.
Hey, no, but listen. I'm telling you, Derek Barnett healthy is different, bro. He ain't no bum. He ain't
He's
no
not a
bum.
Definitely
bum.
ain't a bum.
No, he
But
Definitely
I
not.
ain't a
don't
But
think
bum.
I just don't think he's gonna get more playing time than Nolan Smith off the edge.
yeah.
And Nolan Smith barely gonna play off the edge if you ask me.
Don't what? He going listen, he gonna make them put him in. You know what I mean? He
We're gonna
gonna
have to
make
see. He gonna have to make the most out of every single
Nah,
snap.
I know.
Because you know how it go.
Yeah.
I'm
Well
gonna
look,
like
yo,
I said. I want to make a wild prediction that's off the wall. That's all I want to do.
yeah, you went off the wall because he might not even
That's
be an Eagle coming in to get. I'm just kidding. We'll see. We'll see. He might be a cut candidate. I don't know. We're gonna see. Anthony, who you got though? If it's not Hassan, who you got as your top guy?
I got
He's saying Josh Sweat for sure.
That's the answer, most likely. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's frozen. But yo, who'd you say?
if it ain't oh I said I gotta agree with LB and say Josh Sweat.
Hell yeah.
But if I had to pick another guy, it'd have to be BG.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
BG
ain't mad
coming
at
off 11 sacks too.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I definitely ain't
Any
mad
of them could rattle off 10 plus.
I like it, man. I can't wait, yo. We topping 70 sacks. We topping 70 sacks.
I hope so. My
We
guy
topping it.
Donnell Shipley with the last one. Put that up there, Mike. He said last super chat. Y'all taking all my money. But what do you say? One reason I would take Sean Desai over Johnson is because if he has better than that than there was in the Super Bowl appearance, so I'm hoping Sean is better. Yeah, but you got to think, man. Jonathan
Okay.
Gannon was good. He was good in the playoffs up until the Super Bowl.
Facts. Shout out to Donnell Shipley. He's been dropping gems all night. Me and LB has never went for this long in our lives as a ticket.
Right.
Me and LB are like a 55-minute cutoff. Not even we get close to the hour. We don't even do the hour, and we going on an hour and 40 minutes. Again, Go Talk is going to be coming to you every week as things start to ramp up. We won't do a call in every week, but what we can do is, when everything's ramping up and we're doing it every week, 4 times a month, maybe one of them will turn into a call-in show. We'll probably do a call-in show once a month because there's going to be stuff to talk about when we're 1-0, 2-0, 3-0, 4-0, 5. You know the schedule. But listen, shout out to Anthony and Stu for hanging with us. Shout out to y'all in the chat. Make sure you hit the like button, all that good stuff. You got one last thing y'all want to say below before we get out of here?
I'll let you go.
Yeah, don't be drunk like me when y'all get in the chats like this, because y'all might forget what y'all want to say. Oh, by the way, I got a question. My last question for y'all is, and y'all can talk about this next time. Why is it that everybody hates when we're up, but they love us when we down? I'll let y'all think about that. I'll holler at y'all, yo.
All right, yo, be easy.
All right, Stu.
All right, so
Anthony, what you got for us?
I mean, I definitely think we're at least a Final Four team this year.
I agree.
I mean, based on, the track record for teams bouncing back from a Super Bowl L isn't great, but I think the way that the conference is structured right now, just based on the teams and stuff, it bodes well for us. And if we just stick to the script and just go 1-0 every week and take care of our business and stay healthy, which is a whole other thing. But if we just keep doing what we've been doing, I mean, I don't see why we can't be at least in the NFC Championship game, if not back in the bowl next year. So I'm really excited. I'm ready. I'm gonna be at that Miami game. I'm hyped for that.
There you go. That's gonna be a fun one for sure.
For sure.
All right, Stu, drive safe, man. I mean, Ant, drive safe.
Yeah. Appreciate it.
Be easy, bro. Peace. With that being said, this was Goat Talk, the podcast, or Goat Talk. Yes, Goat Talk the podcast. I'm lost too, y'all. Know what I'm saying? Until next, hey, LB, you got anything you want to say?
No, I'm good. No, I'm good. We cover our bases. Listen, what we do is we talk to the people. We feed the streets. Mission complete. Successful episode as always, man. Shout out to everybody for tapping in. Until next time, y'all. Peace.
We out.